This is an educational journey of 6 weeks involving intense academic, cultural, and leadership development. It was so rewarding for me as an educator to see students take personal ownership of their education and of what they were learning. Students start their classes and experiences on the Pacific Ocean, right in Puerto Escondido, where they learn, they train, they bond together, they become a team, they grow as individuals. They move on to the remote mountain villages of Nepal, where they work very closely with local churches. Part of their education comes from the exposure to Mexican history in the culturally rich capital city of Oaxaca. If you know someone who would benefit from being part of the GCP, have them give us a call. Or maybe you come and join the Global Citizenship Program.
Going to the school for the disabled and teaching the kids the hokey pokey was really memorable. They wanted to do it 1,000 times, and every time we finished, they said, "Otra, otra," and we would put our right arm in again and put our right arm out. So doing that 30 times was a lot of fun.
None of these people know English, but like they all know the tunes. Like everyone was like singing along. It was just like we're all in this room, like speaking a different language, but we're worshiping the same God. And like I felt just like all the barriers just dropped there.
Our class got to facilitate some day camps for elementary age children. It was really cool. We got to teach them different things about English and play games with them and activities. We spent like the entire day with them. It was neat.
We get to go on one dive in the ocean. I was like, yep, going, thrilled, I'm excited. There wasn't a lot to see. It was pretty murky. There was other people who were just brand new as well all over the place, but I was having the time of my life.
We put on worship nights just as a class, and it was awesome because it bonded us in such a deep way, and it was just a meaningful time that we all could share together with the Lord that was just powerful.
I guess God just gave me the courage to like go out of my comfort zone and to just like talk with the little Spanish that I knew, and then between like the little Spanish that I knew and the little English that they knew, we had these like rad conversations.
Just because of the Spanish that I did know, everyone kind of relied on me to, talk to the taxi and talk to the, our homestays, and I just ended up, kind of leading my group because I was the one that knew lots of Spanish.
The whole trip you're waiting for somebody always, so you're stopping and waiting, or you're going to get somewhere with 24 people and then you have to stop and wait so that they can organize 24 people. So it's a lot of patience and just going with the flow and being able to adapt in situations. I think that really, you learn lots.
I became more responsible for my own education because here I had my family and I had all the other teachers and everyone telling me what to do and telling me what I needed to do and all that kind of stuff, but down there I really had to monitor myself.
It kind of planted a hunger in me to not just like travel and see places for selfish reasons, but to actually become a part of a community.
I think I realized how much of a bubble that I was in before, and that the world is so much bigger than just Kelowna or my little world.
Going to Mexico really opened up my eyes to just how big and diverse the world is and the beauty in diversity. For me, this was enough. I don't want to know anymore. But now knowing more and I'm not ignorant anymore, there's so much more beauty in diversity and embracing that and embracing people or ideas that are different from my own or myself.
So my perception of the world was just like blown up. Like I learned so much about how important it is to think big and to not just be a local citizen, but to be a global citizen.
It was gentle enough to ease me out of the fact that I'm away from my family, I'm away from my home, I'm away from my room, I'm away from everything I've ever known. But it wasn't so easy that you didn't learn anything, that nothing changed you.
You'll grow a lot because you'll be stretched.
GCP is the first opportunity for a lot of young people to come to a really important realization that the world is really big and there's so much to learn.
And I think that one thing that is so certain for every single student is that they will grow. It is a positive growth. Like, they're learning more about the world, they're learning more about themselves.
Going through that as a group and as a community and like a family is something that you'll definitely come away with and be thankful for.
A manta ray. We saw a manta ray who was like this big, but like 6 times that big. Blew the students' minds. We didn't even know they got that big. That was cool.